Right, we are live. Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome back to the Kiwi Lads channel. We are back for a semi-final. Fiji versus New Zealand in the Singapore Sevens. Now, Fiji come in as big underdogs, but New Zealand, they have been hit with some injury troubles throughout this competition, which I honestly feel gives Fiji their best chance to be able to cause an upset here. But in the starting lineup for the Flying Fijiana side, it is Dita Vutu, also Eunice Bessie, Anna Maria Naimasi, Buleki, Delai Wow, I believe it is, for the pronunciation, Kavuru, and also, or Thavuru, I should say, and Devea there also. And at the starting lineup for New Zealand, it is Georgia Miller, Stacey Waka, Pori Lane, Mahina Paul, Setefano, which is Teresa Fitzpatrick, as she was formerly known, also Ignacio, and then Michaela Blyde, who we did see having a slushy before the start of this game. That is to try and keep cool. Of course, it is extremely humid at the moment in the Singapore Sevens. You got to try and keep yourself cool. Of course, whoever wins this game will be just around the corner from the final. We have got just texted Tyler. She said she's going to put on the afterburners after signing a new contract with the St. George Dragons. Look out. Says it Naz Williams in there as well. But New Zealand, they will be kicking this one off from right to left for this women's semi-final. On the other side of the draw, it is it is France versus Australia. Of course, New Zealand versus Australia actually going to be the men's semi-final that we do see very shortly as well. But it is kicked off by New Zealand, and we are now underway. Nice tackle made. Naimasi for the Fijians. This is just about, like we saw in the last game, trying to keep a little bit more possession. Wrestled down, just 2 meters out from their line at the moment for Fijiana. And they do have to kick that ball downfield, try and avoid the 5-meter scrum. Sits up for Michaela Blyde, who's running sideways at the moment. Bessie tries to make the tackle on her. New Zealand losing a bit more of the meterage. Ignacio goes on the outside to Teresa Setefano. Nice little spin attempted. Here comes Mahina Paul, playing halfback for Setefano. Keep it on the side of New Zealand just for now. 40 metres out from the try line here. Michaela Blyde looking for the wide cut out pass. She's actually smacked a Fijian player straight in the face. And because of it, it's bounced back. Stacey Waka will win the foot race. Unfortunately, Dalai Val just wasn't able to catch her. And New Zealand get the first try. The assist goes to the Fijian player's forehead. I think Stacey Waka, initially her pass was a bit rough. It went straight into the Fijian player, but the bounce of the ball was favourable after it had bounced and went back for New Zealand. We're going to see the replay here, but Georgia Miller, the one with the try assist. It was good chase from Dalai Val, I should say. She does manage to score the try. One has not quite gone over for New Zealand, so the score will sit 5-0 at the moment with how it sits. We do see there Tyler Nathan Wong, as well as Sheree Kaka, is unavailable for this match due to injury. And on already, hi Hemi, good afternoon to you. Welcome in, mate. Hope you are doing well. Now another ball here for New Zealand. Georgia Miller tries to step. She carves straight through, and it's going to be another try for New Zealand. Sitting now 12 points to 0. She's doing a bit of a disco celebration there. Her 26th try of the Sevens circuit. She's right up there in terms of the numbers. Missed tackle from Buleki. And then Georgia Miller just gets through. Good position early on from New Zealand, making the most of their opportunities. Rizzi Pori Lane has got that one over. That is now 300 tournament tries. They have just come up, ladies and gentlemen. Looks like a one-way street. Unfortunately, it does look that way, unless, of course, Fiji can do what we saw in the men's side of things, where they were able to fire back from being 12-0 down, because that is the exact same scenario that the men found themselves in up against Spain. Michaela Blyde plays halfback, though. Fiji haven't been able to retain the ball very often throughout this game, and it allows New Zealand to have more possession and fire the ball out wide for Stacey Waka. Ball on the inside to Ignacio. Trying to get that turnover, Fiji, in the breakdown, but they can't afford to add too many ladies in there, or else that the gaps will open up on the outside. And Michaela Blyde uses her pace. She goes round again, and it will be another try for New Zealand. They've got 3 tries in the 4 minutes that we have seen at the start of this contest, but that is her 48th try on the Sevens circuit for 2023-24. She's been scoring quite a few of them, but just round, unfortunately, just outpaced out on the wing. It was Bessie who wasn't quite able to make the tackle there. That kick is also over, so they'll make the score 19 points to 0 after just 4 minutes here for New Zealand. That is the dream start to a semi-final. Series tries at the moment. She sits in second. Michaela Blyde on 48. The only lady above her, Madison Levi, who has got the 53. Now kicking off again, New Zealand. 2.5 minutes remaining in the half. And that's how'd she drop that? It was just I don't know how the Fijiana player has dropped that ball. She had it and then changed direction and the ball just slipped out of her hands. Who's the top try scorer in the Sevens? Madison Levi at the moment on 53, followed by Michaela Blyde on the 48 at the moment. But Ignacio running this one forward. Looks like her short has been ripped, unfortunately for her. There's going to be a high tackle. It looks like she might need a replacement pants for that one. Yellow card going against Devea there. All right, I'll quickly sneeze. Here we are better. They're going to be talking to the injured ladies on the sideline, Tyler Nathan Wong. But 2 minutes remaining at the moment. This is a tough game for Fijiana as well, but like if they've got any way of firing back, I think that the thing that's going to really help them is that little bit more possession in the second half, and that is easier said than done when New Zealand have been relentless with getting that ball. Here comes Risi, Poldy Lane, going short side, and she scores another one. 24-0 at the moment for New Zealand. Still the kick to come as well. Just putting down the foot. Risi, Poldy Lane. Now lining up this kick. And it's gone over as well. Fantastic kicking from Risi Poldy Lane. Now, they are just chatting away to Tyler Nathan Wong and also Shrey Kaka. The injury list for New Zealand starting to get a little bit longer as we head towards the Olympics for these sides. Nicely taken now for Fiji. Chance on the short side. And this is exactly what the Fijians needed. It looks like it's Ignacio who's trying to chase her down, but she will not. And Fiji getting on the board for the first time in this game. It is Delai Wow. Scores her first try in Singapore. And just countering. Finding the gap. Managing to run straight through it for the Fijians. Which is probably about the best case scenario for them. That little patch. Do we have updates on Shrey and Tyler's injuries? I'm not sure about Tyler Nathan Wong. I think Shrey Kaka was a lower leg injury, but I could be wrong there as well. Normally after the competition is over, we kind of get a few more updates in terms of the severity of certain injuries, just because sometimes they still need to have certain scans and everything along those lines. Currently, I believe there is still time for one last kickoff in this half. New Zealand sitting 26 points to 5 ahead. Devea still off the field for the Fijians, so playing with 6 ladies, although now she has come back out. But scoring with only 6 on the park. Very impressive from Fijiana. Trying to slap that one back. Georgia Miller going out wide. Chance now. Once again for Canasio. Waka. And across again to Georgia Miller. Let's go Fijiana. That the way. Get us another try. Says Blues. Now loop around play here for the Kiwis. That look like a little bit high on Paul. Good tackle made by Dita Vutu. Now stepping here in the midfield was Nuku, and she's just knocked that one on. Highlanders going to beat Crusaders next week, says PSG. It is going to be halftime now in this contest, ladies and gentlemen. 26 points to 5 in favour of New Zealand. But this game's still plenty left in it. They always say however many tries one side scores in the first half, the opposition can score in the second. For Fijiana, though, they would need a great start to this next half to get themselves somewhere towards that total of New Zealand, who have had the most of the possession. Have also been able to retain their kickoffs quite often. I thought New Zealand men's were doing bad. We're in sevens, says PSG. Although the New Zealand men's, they are through to the semi-final for this leg of the sevens. They'll be going head-to-head with the Australians. And also alongside that, Great Britain versus Ireland will be the other match. Great Britain playing for their chance to stay on the circuit. I believe both New Zealand and Fiji are both secured at the moment because of them both being inside of the top 6 rankings. But yeah, I think that this Fijiana side, since that Olympics medal, that was the one that really put them on the map. And hopefully they can do something similar at the next Olympics. We are only a few months away from it taking place. And it's going to be a pretty awesome competition. The men's Fiji side, they've gone the whole competition without winning a leg. And now they have the opportunity to make it back-to-back Olympic gold medals for the Fijians. But second half, just around the corner. Of course, subs will be made. New Zealand running a little bit low in terms of the injury replacements that they can use. And you'll also see New Zealand or Fiji going head-to-head with Australia or France. Could end up being a New Zealand versus Australia final once more, which we've seen quite a bit throughout the last little while. Now about to kick this one off for the Fijians. Right, 7 minutes. Currently separated by a total of 21 points. So Fijiana, theoretically, to even tie this game, they need 3 converted tries. And they've slapped that ball back. And they've managed to get it back here, Fiji. Perfect opportunity to try and find that next passing option. Looks like it's going to be a good attack and run from Anna Marinai Masi. Back across to the right-hand side. Ball goes in behind. Picked up nicely from Dita Vutu, I believe it is. I think the Blues will win Super Rugby. Who do you think? Yeah, it's an interesting one, isn't it? Because there's a lot of sides still in the running for this year of the competition. Nice attacking run here from Kavuru, or Thavuru, I should say. Back across to the left. Fiji, though, having the full first minute almost of possession, which is almost more than they had all throughout that first half. And Korokam has had any updates on Hirini and Kelly Brazier? I don't actually know the extent. I know that Hirini might be out a little bit longer, I think. Oh, this is going to be a yellow card for New Zealand. One moment, I am about to sneeze, so I'll quickly mute. We are good, but that is a yellow card now for New Zealand. They were within the metre. They aren't able to get the turnover in the way that they did New Zealand. Now puts them at a lady disadvantage. We did see New Zealand have a yellow card throughout their first half. Never mind, tried to sell out. Says PSG for the Warriors. Head-to-head all time. Fiji have never beaten New Zealand in the women's sevens. They have drawn once. But 21 other times it has been New Zealand that have walked away with the victory. Of course, Fiji want to change that. A New Zealand semi-final record, they have got an 87% winning rate. And most of the times that they have lost, it has actually been up against the Australians. Now 5.5 minutes remaining in this match. Fiji with the big scrum, but New Zealand almost managed to get it back, but now it's going back for the original penalty. Broken the 5. The ball wasn't out of the scrum, they've said. Now going back across to the left-hand side. Chance for the Fijians, Naimasi. Is it one more? Taken down hard. Was it Delaiwao? Just a 1 try scorer at the moment on the list for Fijiana. But can they add another one very soon? They've got numbers to use here. Nice fend coming in. And now on the inside, another offload. And Fiji will score their 2nd try of the contest. It's at the prime time. Devea, the lady who went to the bin, she is now back out there. And she has scored her 3rd try in Singapore. This game is not over, ladies and gentlemen. Of course, it's going to be extremely tricky for Fiji to get back into it. But that's the type of challenge that this Fijiana side have been facing the whole way through their Sevens campaign. So often, they've found themselves going head-to-head with the Australians or going head-to-head with New Zealand and really struggling to get through those games. But this one at the moment, I guess the score still isn't that favourable for them. They are down by the 14 points, but it's better than being down by the 26. Like they've said as well, the numerical advantage for the Fijians at the moment. They have got one more lady on the field for the next 15 seconds. Now, New Zealand trying to retain. It looked like an awkward landing for Puri Lane. Luckily, has got back up. Knock on there from, I think it was Portia Woodman-Whitcliffe. We don't often see her dropping the ball. This pressure starting to mount from the Fijians. Like I mentioned, they have still got that one lady advantage for the next little while. Big running forward from, I think it was Kavuru. Now back across the left-hand side for the Fijiana side. A lot of gaps in this defensive line. Devea driven backwards. 2 try scorers working together. Attack and run from Fiji. And there's the knock-on that they couldn't afford to have. Now the counter-attack coming for New Zealand. They still only have their 6 on the field. And Saeli tackled hard. Ball bounces out the back door. Rough passing from New Zealand, but they are still in possession. Now Felix Hotham finds the pass to Georgia Miller. Puts in the fend. Gets rid of one. Offloads on the outside to Michaela Blyde, who will back herself for pace. Wrong foots the Fijian defence. And she has scored another try on the 7th circuit. And looks like New Zealand strategically here just waiting to put that ball down. That tells you one of 2 things. They're being a little bit strategic, trying to use up more time on the clock. And also, they're feeling fatigued. They needed a bit of a breather after the way that they've been defending up against this Fijiana side. A great offload from Georgia Miller, 49 for Miss Pocket Rocket. Sezanov mum. Yeah, she's slowly gaining on Madison Levi. If Levi gets knocked out of this competition, even though she'll still have the same amount of games, perhaps Michaela Blyde can get herself into first. But that kick is good from New Zealand. Now making the score 33 points to 12. A little bit more one-sided now with only the 2 minutes remaining. That the way Fijiana, double digits on the scorecard. Says Blues Nate. Now New Zealand, they will be kicking this one off. Portia Woodman-Whitcliffe chases after it. Manages to slap that ball back to Georgia Miller, who throws it across like it's an American football. Oh, who gifted me a membership? It was Brian last night who did end up gifting you one. It was actually quite a few of the regulars who did end up getting themselves the memberships from Brian. Loose ball. Georgia Miller knocks it on. And this looks good for Fiji. The pace just not quite there though. Dragged down on the 22 metre line for Puri Lane. New Zealand looking for the turnover. They couldn't quite get it. And now Fijiana. I'm going to shift this one out to the right-hand side. Another offload. One-on-one defence. Looking for the offload. They're only half a metre out from the line now. That looks close. And it's a try for the Fijians. I wasn't sure if they were going to be able to get down for it. But it is Delaware again who has got herself the try. 45 seconds remaining in this game. Fiji once again score another try. They may not be able to come back into this game, but they've certainly had a decent showing in this contest. With the lack of possession in the first half, they've scored more tries than New Zealand in the second, I believe, and then just gets it down to Lawal with the great finish. Let's go, girls. Cheers, Blues. Nate, one moment. We're about to sneeze again. Here we go. We are good. Currently score sitting 17 points to 33. Okay, Stacey Waka has said that New Zealand had all the momentum, then the yellow card that they received took all the momentum away. Of course, discipline is one of the most important things in the world of sevens. If you're playing with less ladies on the field, it's always going to be trickier to get yourself through to the next stage. That is going to be nicely taken by Michaela Blyde. Now going in behind. Ball bouncing up for Fiji. Beautiful offloading here. And that is a sensational finish. Can you just show a leg? Says Robert. I cannot, Rob, unfortunately, in Orgadamish. We need that pretty full voice for this. Face and voice for this. Says a Blues Nate. And let's go, girls. Says a Blues Nate there as well. But Fiji, this has been a good showing. Like, a lot of people felt it was going to be one-sided, but Fijiana, to be able to score 3 tries up against New Zealand, who are normally pretty well known for having a strong defence, ends score 22 points to 33. New Zealand will advance. Fiji will be in the bronze medal final. But nonetheless, I do thank you all very much for tuning in. If you did enjoy, be sure to leave a like and subscribe. Penalty is better than the card. Get rid of the card. And cheers, man. Says Coral Cam. And the next game that we are going to be back for, ladies and gents, is going to be the game taking place for the semi-final between Great Britain and Ireland. That is only around 20 or so minutes away. But thank you all very much for tuning in. If you did enjoy, be sure to leave a like and subscribe. And we'll see you all for the next one.